Hey everybody, guess who's back? The Taste of Asia's back, and we're winding down our time down here in Florida. And it's Valentine's Day, and they're having a potluck at the community association. So I'm making this braised beef. It's kind of like an Asian beef stew. So I hope you like it, and I'm going to zoom in the camera a little bit, and we'll get started. You see on the chopping board, I've rough peeled some carrots, and I have one red potato and an onion peeled. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut these in chunks, cut it in half, and then like thirds. And put this. The carrots, you can do the same thing. I'm just going to cut them in half-inch. You can get them bigger as you get to the small end of the carrot. I've had a lot of time to work on this knife too, so the knife is a good bit sharper. And then the red potato, half. Same thing as onion. Kind of. Okay, and the pot roast I got 2.5 pounds of pot roast. And for the people that complain about me not posting measurements, I actually measured the ingredients out for this, and the ingredients are kind of simple. What you use is I have 1/4 of a cup of ketchup here. I have 1/4 of a cup of Kikkoman soy sauce, and I have 1 heaping teaspoon of 5 spice powder, and then we're going to put a heaping tablespoon of that garlic mixture that I showed you guys how to make the other time. So when your chuck roast is this thick, you can take it and cut it in half, and then it'll be easier to like butterfly it. You're not really butterflying, you're cutting it in half. You have to be careful when you're doing this. Watch when you get near the end. And so what you want is kind of like maybe 3/4 to 1 inch cubes. And then I've got the wok heating up over there on the electric range. So what we're going to do is we're going to brown this beef. And sometimes when you make an American style beef stew, some people they dredge their beef in flour, but I don't do that. I mean, you can do it on. It's up to you. I don't for this dish. Sometimes when you're cutting a chuck roast, you got to cut through the tendons or whatever. It's a little bit harder than just cutting through flank steak. And this braised method, what we're going to do, the procedures, we're going to brown this beef. And after we brown the beef, then we're going to add the onions and the garlic. And we're going to continue like stir frying that around. And then we're going to add the ketchup and the soy sauce and the 5 spice powder and a cup of water. And we're going to let that simmer for about an hour until the beef is tender. So that's step 2. All this beef has already been cut up. I hope the people enjoy this. And I'm going to put this in the center, and I'm going to put some white rice around the side and serve it that way. So next is part 2. Okay, now we're ready for the next step. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit on the wok. And a lot of people have said about, not being able to cook Chinese food with this type of range and all, but you just have to be a little more patient. And as you can see, this wok has already started changing color in the center, and smoke is coming off of it. So the point is, you get your wok very hot, and then you add your oil. Just a little bit, maybe a tablespoon. And then you're going to add your beef in there. Be careful you don't splash yourself with that oil. And then you'll just keep stirring it around until all the pieces are browned. When they're all browned, then you're going to add in your tablespoon of garlic and your onions, and then you'll continue stirring it around some more. And then you add in your ketchup and your soy sauce and the 5-spice powder. Okay, now we're back. That process of browning the beef cubes took about 5 to 7 minutes, and we're ready to get this finished off. I've got like a heaping tablespoon of garlic, heaping teaspoon of the 5-spice powder. I'm going to stir that in. 5-spice powder is a very strong seasoning, but we have a lot of beef here too. That's why I put a heaping teaspoon of that in there. Next, you add in your onion that you rough cut. Now, your other ingredients. That coats your beef. And now we add in our vegetables. And I'm going to go with a half a cup of water. And then all that's left to do is you cover it. Once it comes back to a boil, you reduce the heat, cover it, and simmer it for about an hour until the beef is tender. Then you can thicken it up a little bit with your cornstarch and adjust the seasonings. And I'll show you that will be the final part. Okay, now it's been about an hour to hour and 15 minutes later, and we're ready to finish this dish off. And I'm going to zoom in the camera. Take the top off, and I took the liberty of tasting the liquid, and I added a half a teaspoon of salt, and then I'm just going to thicken it up a little bit. With the cornstarch suspension. And I've made this dish numerous times with, you can use a chuck roast or you can use short ribs. And it turns out very nicely. Everyone seems to like it, and you serve it with some fresh white rice, steamed white rice. It's a delicious, hearty entree. I hope you enjoy it. I will show you the finished product put in the dish in a second. Well, there you have it. 5-spice braised pot roast. I hope you give this a try, and I hope you enjoy it. This will be my last video clip from the condo at PC, Florida. Thanks for watching.